Grown Ups 2 in theaters today. Today.
Yes.
As of right now.
Yes, go.
What can folks expect outside of that?
It is absolutely crazy. It really is. It took Grown Ups 1 and just raised it a level. It just went absolutely nutty. And we got tons of new stars in it. Shaq is one of the greatest finds.
Everybody's in this movie.
Comedically. Yeah, but Shaq really surprised us because how funny he is. And
he's gifted. He
really is. I mean, you know what he can do, obviously, on the court, but I didn't think he would take over comedy. It kind of pissed me off. I'm not going to lie. I just to make it look so easy, it made me like, all right, that's what he's got to do.
Kevin, speaking of the first Grown Ups, I loved it. It was funny. It was poignant. It was insightful. It took me by surprise how good it was. It was a rare gem. Early critic reviews so far have not been exactly glowing, although early audience feedback has been extremely positive. So, question, how much do you care about reviews?
You can't, Skip. That's where we live. We live for the audience, and we try to do the best we can. And you know, sometimes you connect, and sometimes you don't. But I live by them. I don't care, honestly. I can't. You can't even do it anymore because they're so off. And some of the things they've loved, I was like, that's a huge miss.
I was
for me.
told a long time ago, you never believe your press, good or bad.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
By the way, I do. It's subjective.
But Kevin, it's interesting that you say that because what I've often wondered about, do y'all ever know the critics? I mean, if I'm critical of an NBA player, I'm going to see him at a game.
Right.
I'm going to get a call or whatever the case may be. Do you know the critics that actually critique your movies? Do you know these people?
I don't want to know them because I would want a cage match with every one of them. And honestly, and you find out a lot of them are living in their mother's basement and just saying all these miserable things about you. And that's just what they do. And some of them are great. It's difficult though. You can't let it bother you. You really can't, because some are good and some are great, but you get the bad ones too.
Look, Stephen A. and Skip have mastered not caring about what people think.
Yeah,
that's how they do their job.
You can't
so
do it.
You can't worry about it. That's a true story. Okay,
Exactly.
speaking of critics and what people think, we know you're a diehard New York Jets fan.
Yes.
We talked about this earlier in the show. Who do you believe should start for the Jets? Geno Smith, Mark Sanchez. Make a decision. You
Please
can't go
don't
in the
do
middle.
this to me. I'm going with Chris Rock. I think he should come on,
should
walk
be the
on.
starting quarterback?
I think so. You never know. Whatever. We haven't seen everything from Chris Rock yet.
We haven't seen everything.
I hate to offend anybody, but I'm leaning towards trying Geno and seeing what happens. What we've had has not worked.
Thank you. You're right.
And that's what I agree with. I seriously think the Tebow debacle, we should have seen him play. We should have seen him play more than a play here. And there.
Wait a minute. We have another Tebow supporter here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, just give the opportunity. I'm not saying he's the best quarterback in the world or he can do it, but you know what? It's that intangible thing that he's a winner, man. And at least give him a shot. You've got him on the team. Why not give him a set of downs? That's all. And I think what happened was, honestly, as it got further down the road, they realized if they did bring him in now and he did succeed, it wouldn't look too good. I don't know. It was just a mess.
What about the Jets brass? Oh no, go ahead, Stephen A. Sorry about that.
How are you feeling about Rex Ryan as your head coach right now?
I'm a little worried that he's crossing things off his bucket list by getting chased by the Bulls down. And
that was my next question. He led right to it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some things. He's got some work to do, and I saw that picture of him. I cracked up. Very funny picture, and a crazy man. I don't know if I want to meet up with him if he's willing to do that. But
did you see him get over the fence?
I did not see that. Okay. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see him get over the fence. Yeah. But I saw his face in the crowd, and he was running from him. And I guess if he's having fun now, that's all right. We got to get to business, though. We got a lot of problems.
You have not attempted running with the Bulls, correct?
I have a better shot of running behind the bull and cleaning up. That's about it.
Remember in Here Comes the Boom, you moonlighted as an MMA fighter?
Yes, I remember.
So you know what I'm going to ask.
Moonlight, he pulled it off, man.
Because you actually did some wrestling in high school, I believe?
I wrestled only 1 year in high school. I wasn't a wrestler. I played football. Yeah. I was a tailback, and they needed a heavyweight. And so they recruited me, just filled, and I was a strong kid, but anybody who knew wrestling and had been wrestling a while could kind of beat me.
All right, well, let's talk about Chris Weidman, knockout.
Oh, man.
Anderson Silva, your thoughts on that?
Strong Island, baby. He's from Strong Island, and he's just a tough kid. He really is, and Anderson Silva, what a run that man's had. And I'm not saying he's finished because he'll come back, but he got caught, and he's getting older. He's like 38, I think, and it's a new breed. It's a new time.
Who you got in the rematch?
I think I got Weidman again.
Really?
I do. I think he's just. It's weird because a lot of people say that Silva didn't get off and really do what he was kind of showboating and doing his thing, and it didn't really. You can never count him out, but Weidman's going to just, he's just he's a stud. He's actually not that young, but he's like 29, 28.
But Kevin, that's my problem. I love Anderson Silva, man, and he's one of the great ones, but I have a problem with how much he plays around, and he got knocked silly. I would never count him out if he was serious and he was focused, but it's two things. Number one, he played around, and number two, Weidman is like, look, I took a couple of shots. He couldn't hurt me.
But you know what? I got to say,
that makes me scared.
He gets in people's heads that way. It's a tool for him in a way. He's not just doing it to be disrespectful, because the guy is a really great guy. He's a good sportsmanship guy, and I don't think he's doing it to be disrespectful. I think he's really doing it just to get in people's head. Where it worked with Forrest Griffin. You saw that. He just dismantled him there, and but he's doing a little too much of it, and he got caught here, and it ended up costing him the belt.
All right, Kevin James, Grown Ups 2 in theaters today. Yeah. There's some other guys in the movie with you.
Oh, my God.
I've heard of them before.
Yeah, we got, of course, there's this little guy named Sandler. There's Spade.
Yeah.
There's everybody from SNL. Everybody. Maya Rudolph, she's great in it. Selma Hayek is incredible.
Everybody is in this film.
Everybody.
Except for Stephen A. You guys
what happened?
Yeah.
You got Dan Patrick in there.
It's all right. I wasn't invited. It's all right. You the king of Queens. I'm from Queens, but you didn't invite me. But it's okay.
It's not my movie.
I still love you.
It's the Sandman's movie.
I'm sure you have a little pull.
I have no pull.
Grown Ups 3, starring Stephen A.
I like that.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.